There we go. Well, hey,
Right.
it's a pleasure chatting with you. We had just talked the other day on X Spaces, and you provided some really awesome feedback for the builders community. So, really appreciate that. But I wanted to take the time to kind of focus on you and your project to start. So, yeah, tell me a little bit more about yourself, your background, and how you got started with your project.
So if I talk about my background, so I spend, most of the time in tech since the beginning. So initially, I used to work as a system engineer, and then I continued that role for a long time, around 10 to 12 years. And then I gradually shifted to development, programming, and coding. So it has been almost 6 years that I have been, self-teaching myself this programming. And I was always, fascinated about the coding part and the programming and development part, because most of the products that I worked with, it was in the other direction. I mean, in the other part, as in the support role and the configuration part and the architecture part. But I was never a part of a development team. So that was something I always wanted to explore. So finally, around 2020, I started working with the programming languages. Yes. So the journey started from there. So I also explored this Web3 ecosystem initially, and this blockchain ecosystem as well. So, as I did not have a clear roadmap, you can say, and I was like on my own. I was learning everything on my own online. So I spent quite a lot of time in the very beginning in the Web3 ecosystem, and then I quickly realized that I actually wanted to build something from scratch, specifically web applications, full stack web applications. So then I kept on experimenting with things. I did so many hobby projects, and I then, finally find myself at a stage where I can now go ahead and build a real product that solves a real world problem. So that is the thing. And finally, I was, wondering that which product to build. I mean, now that the gap has been filled, or the inner desire that I had, that I want to code, I want to program, and I want to build things. So now that that gap has been fulfilled, now that I can build a full stack application, now the second question, the big question is what to build.
Mhm.
So on that level, I was again stuck for a long time, because small and tiny products or projects was available everywhere. Everyone was doing that, but I was trying to figure out which real problem to solve, that is very that is what solving for myself. So then, after considering so many things, like my past experiences and everything, startup Maya born from my past experiences and my past mistakes.
Hmm.
So if I talk about startup Maya, this is just a platform, an interactive platform where founders can build new startups. So this is the core idea of startup Maya.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there are other things, other fine tunings that I did, as in whenever we want to start something new, we get very excited about the idea. We fall in love with the idea. This is a very natural and human nature that I understand, because I also myself fell in love with so many ideas and all that. In a weekend, using AI, we can go ahead and ship any product. and within 72 hours it can go viral and many users will sign up. This can happen, but this does not happen with every product.
Mhm.
Every product is not a viral product. I have understood this. And so Startup Maya is an useful product, but it's a boring product. It will take time to reach the right people, because nowadays the attention span is very low for everyone, for me as well. I mean, when I visit any other product, if I go to any other landing page, I can spend like 10-20 seconds or 30 seconds, and then if that does not click, I exit from that landing page. I understand this totally.
Mhm.
So a Startup Maya, in the first impression, it is not easy to understand. That is something I would like to admit. And yes, I am continuously refining this positioning on the landing page. But if I have to tell you about it in a short way, that would be like, this is just an interactive dashboard where you can build your product from the and the starting point is problem. So the mistakes that I made myself, I don't want to repeat in this Startup Maya platform. So everything at Startup Maya starts with a problem, because this is a problem first platform. And once you select a problem, because there are many problems out there, so many real problems out there that needs to be addressed and needs to be solved. But for you, not all problem is good fit for you. A problem, the same problem might be good fit for someone else. So those are the things I thought very hard, and I managed to create a system where, if you go to Startup landing page, there is a problem section where you can pick a problem as per your choice. So those problems are shortlisted after a deep analysis.
Hmm.
Those problems are not random. If after those deep analysis, I have an internal system that scores the problems, and after a certain score is met, then only the problems are published on the problem collection. Now, as I'm building this platform solo, alone, I have some internal targets. If I don't believe in over engineering, I don't believe in overbuilding as well, because that does not make sense. Until and unless I get enough users, enough signups, it does not make sense to, publish more features or keep on building, because I have my internal documentation ready for which features I would like to push there and ship there. But it would be done in step by step manner. So we are right now, we are at phase 0, you can say, and this is a very early stage. I just done the very initial thing where you select a problem, then you generate solutions, then you generate the brand kits, the basic brand kits like logo, business name, favicon, brand colors. Then you can generate the business plan as well. So these are 4 features that have been already published. There might be some bugs as I'm still working on it, but yes, so phase 0 is done. Now it needs more users. I
Mhm.
am regularly talking to strangers online and answering their queries. So hopefully, I will get some more attention to it. And once I get, enough users, the next set of features will be shipped. And I am also receiving feedbacks from the early users, and I am also working on it. So this is the current state of Startup Maya, and how I am, looking forward to work on it.
Awesome.
And yes,
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing your journey. I had a very similar one. I think I started out in 2015 with code, and I started out with software, or excuse me, startup products in 2020 myself. So 2020 was, I think, a big year for a lot of us. We were just
yes.
like, all right, let's make some changes. Let's figure out, what we need to do. And I think it's really cool, man, that you're focusing on problems first, and you're really focused on just helping people put together their branding, their business plans, and everything all in one place. I think that's definitely needed. So, how many users do you have at the moment?
How many users? Yes,
Mhm.
I just checked before joining the meeting. It's around 85, man. Only
Oh, that's great.
85. And I'm not sure whether these are, noise or signal. I'm not
Mhm.
sure, but since this project is the best project of my life, that I can say, I am not overexcited, although I might look like I'm overexcited about the product. But I tried so many things previously, as I told you, and
Mhm.
things did not work out. And in some cases, sales even started, revenue started in some projects, but for some other reasons, like operational limitation, I
Mhm.
had to pause them. So right now those projects are on pause, but with Startup Maya, I have like very long term vision, as
Mhm.
in I'm ready to work on Startup Maya for rest of my life, like let's say 10 years, 20 years, I don't know. But this is something that, there is this saying that I have to say no to 1,000 things
Mm.
and say yes to one thing. So this is one yes startup for me. And whatever the previous hard lessons that I learned myself, because as I told you, like the tech side was always sorted, but the business side, the management side, the accounting side, and the compliance side, all those things are very unknown to me,
Mm.
because I started from tech, and my everything is tech. Other than that, I did not know anything. Yeah, so life had different plan. So life taught me hard lessons the way it should. And so right now at this position, I am very, very, so my like original thinking and my unique insights and my personal conviction with this product is long term. I have long term view. So I am happy to talk to one person for 1 month and explaining each and everything bit by bit of Startup Maya. So that kind of patience I have with this product. And so this is one thing that is clear to me. I know what not to do
Mm.
with this project. I may not know what all things that needs to be done. So these are the things, or you can say, insight I have gained through a lot of projects. Also, uh, I'm very happy that I'm talking to you today, and especially the solo builders community. I mean, the people who are building solo from a single spot, or there are people building from bedrooms.
Yeah.
So it is very necessary at times, like not every day, but maybe once in a month, that we come together or sit together. The what do you call, fireside chat?
Yeah.
Yes, so that kind of thing is necessary, because in the end of the day, isolation is very good. This is very powerful, and so many good things can come out of isolation, because you need that kind of focus, and you need to channelize the energy. But at the end, you also need to interact, like with other solo developers or like-minded people.
Mhm.
But for most of us, it is not possible nowadays to go out in real life. So I can see online. I am sure you have also observed yourself that on Twitter, on X, and on other platforms as well, people are constantly trying to build communities.
Mhm.
I know couple of person from Twitter whom I'm connected with. They are also doing their they build their community thing, an app for a community for builders and all that. So these are very necessary things. And I also checked your profile. You have written that you have a target of 1 million developer by 2050, to connect with 1 million developer by 2050.
Yeah.
So
I think we finally have enough developers in the world
yes,
to
that is
where
a very exciting
yeah,
goal.
yeah. I'm very excited to get a lot of folks together and just build a very large network. Ultimately, I'd like to use Builders as a distribution platform for other people's projects and for some of my other projects. But for the time being, Builders is just its own community. We're growing fast. We're 750 members and 305 projects last time I checked. So yeah, pretty excited about that.
Wonderful. And how old is builders?
Oh, December 25.
How
So
much time?
about 4 months.
Okay, okay. Great, man, great. I mean, 750 users is pretty good. And
Yeah.
yes, so in the long run, this is one observation of myself. I might be wrong, but I think, nowadays almost everyone is building something online. All right. So how we are going to be different from others? How we are going to stand out
It's
from
tough.
others?
Yeah.
So that is one thing we need to very clearly understand. I
Mhm.
mean, in your case as well, that so for that, the one thing that comes to my mind is, we need to also go out in real life. I mean,
Mhm.
I have very little idea how things are there in Denver and Colorado, but every fantastic things are happening in either Silicon Valley, Bay Area, or Bangalore. What about the other cities? You
Yeah.
know, the energy is very flat in other cities. If you want to do very something very big, or if you have that kind of energy to, so not everyone can go to San Francisco. Not everyone can go to Bangalore. Okay,
Yeah,
so
San
and it is not.
Francisco is like 5 times the rent of what I'm paying right now. So no
Yeah,
way I could afford that.
and the same thing, man, in Bangalore as well. The thing is, because Bangalore is also known as the Silicon Valley of India,
Mhm.
so all the big brands are there. And it is logistically also not possible. If the all the population comes into the small city, what would happen? Everything will break. Presently the traffic is pathetic. So for 5 kilometers, you need around 2 to 4 hours to move 5 kilometers in peak hours, like when people are coming back from office or in the morning rush. So it does not make sense. So I was thinking that we also need to, like, not everyone can go there. Not everyone can get selected in Y Combinator.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I've been rejected like 4 or 5 times.
yes. And this is the first time they came into India. The recent event happened couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
So they received enormous number of application, and they did not have the seating capacity and all. Technically and logistically, it is not possible. Not a single city or a single entity cannot address this much of audience. So
Yeah.
in that case, you come into picture, and you have to figure out things what can be done offline, what can be done in real life. So I don't know, I mean, now I am getting, I can see a few posts, people are, hosting small groups like 2 to 3 people. They're inviting, okay, so if you're nearby this area, come have a cup of tea or a coffee and then we can chat. So this is how they build one-on-one communication or trust, whatever you say,
Mhm.
rapport building. Because online, it is fine, it is necessary. Even if we visit face to face offline, it is also necessary to stay connected online. And when we meet face to face, the equation changes, the dynamic changes. So that is one thing you should consider. If you also, as see in your profile, like you have 2050 goal, you also need to go out and talk to people more.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's definitely important to leave the office and make sure that you're connecting with folks. That is one of the nice things about Denver is they do have like a couple of opportunities on like meetup.com to where you can do like they have like DevOps groups or like, web developer groups, other programming groups. And yeah, that's definitely something I need to do when I get back. I'm on vacation right now, but when I get back home, definitely want to start attending those places. I have like a branded jacket that has like my
Yes,
logo on it, and I'm like,
yes,
okay,
yes.
cool. I need to show up with that and just like kind of self-advertise and be like, how's it going? Sign up for
Yes.
builders.
And me as a developer, I don't like to sit in front of a camera.
Yeah,
I don't have that thing in my system. So, nowadays people can go and make reels and short form videos and all that things, which is fine. So, typically, traditionally, builder community or the developer people, they are not that, they are camera shy. I mean, this is the fact. So
introverts.
yeah, introverts, and they can write a blog, they can communicate or interact through chats or threads, all sort of things. But whenever it comes to show up in front of a camera, so many people back off. So that
Mm,
is one thing I have observed. So, if we can do that, we will stand out again. Because you, as a founder of builders, if you come out in real life and if you go to cafes or meet people, and on your t-shirt there would be a builder's logo, you can, like, the merchandise or the merch that you have, your water bottle should have a logo. So these are the little things. If you do it, it makes a very nice and powerful content for your brand. And people will then get more trusted in your brand,
mm,
because then they will understand, okay, so you are that much serious.
mhm.
Okay, so you are coming out in the real world as well. You are online and offline. Both presence are met. Like, there is no complaint. No one can, say that, okay, you are just an online thing. No. So, n- pure software and application is not going to be investable. Someone said that online. I don't remember. So, yes, there might be some merit in it, but human to human relationship, the human to human connection, no matter how much AI will evolve, at the end AI is a tool. So this human to human interaction is very, very necessary. And if or whoever is going to continue that, they will have a moat,
Mm.
or they will stand out. This is what
Yeah,
I have
great
understood.
point. Oh, do you mind if I smoke while we're talking?
No, no, please go ahead.
Okay,
Sure,
cool.
sure. Yeah, no
Just wanted to be
problem, man.
considerate.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, man, I agree. Building a moat is super important, and building that
Yes.
trust in person is definitely going to be a huge game changer for a lot of folks. I had recently is relative, right? I said like I guess in a month and a half ago, I had created events on Builders, and no one was posting events on there, so I just kind of scrapped it. But I think I might start going in person and just posting descriptions of like events that I've attended and maybe like a synopsis of events that I've attended. And maybe I could put together like I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head here, but maybe put together like a list of attendees or something like that to just be able to connect more people and like bring them together. I think that might be pretty beneficial for most meetups. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing
Yes,
with like,
yes. I have 2 points to tell you on this. Like, first thing that, so right now that we are talking, one on one.
mhm,
So we have to create more short form videos. Let's say if you are planning a small event, let's say for 5 developers or 3 developers or 10 developers or whatever it is, you want to meet 5, 10 people in coming weekend or whatever, huh? So in that case, you just go to you take your mobile or whatever, and
mhm.
record yourself and invite them with the video and post it on the socials, like
Okay.
on X and wherever you else are available. So that will have more effect, because just if I write a post. Okay, so I'm planning a meetup on this weekend.
Hmm.
Who all want to join? So very less impression, man. But see, no guarantee that even if you do that, you never know. But we need to experiment,
Yeah.
because nowadays the more, because all the entire population are very lazy. No
Mhm.
one wants to read text. Everyone wants a ready-made video in front of their eyes. They don't want to use their faculties. They want to relax, and okay, so Ben is inviting for an event. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what happens. Maybe, I don't know, but the text form of post and video form of post, because I also was against this thing. So there are so many talented people, so many people with potential. They do not, they cannot go on camera,
Hmm.
or they cannot create short form videos. So they are being, muted somehow. I don't know. There are so many talented people. So this is something we need to do. This is something I'm also not comfortable. But I will do it because I love what I'm building. And for that, if I need to learn something new, because making videos is a very different skill altogether, and I have very little idea how to do it. So I will learn it and I will do it, no matter how bad or good it is. But this is something I think, because if I cannot reach out to the right audience, then the product does not exist. I mean, it is only existing for me. I will use it and be happy about it. But if I want users, so these things we need to do. Like we need to act as an influencer, but we are not influencers. I know, but the audience behavior has been shifted this way. We can't help it, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. I totally
Yes.
agree. You
So
definitely.
you, if you remember, like 15 years back,
Mhm.
or maybe around 2008 or 7, that kind of time.
Before phones.
So if something is online, people used to interact with intent,
Mhm.
even if for friendship, even if for whatever the topic is. So the interaction was very energetic from both the sides.
Yeah, very genuine too.
Nowadays, yeah, nowadays I see that okay, everyone is posting, everyone is replying. It feels like robotic, mechanical.
Yeah.
That human touch is not there anymore. I mean, I also remember using Orkut, if you remember that social media site, Orkut, by Google. And after that, yes, so Orkut is used to be a thing, and
Mm.
then Facebook launched after a couple of years, and then Orkut quietly shut down. So
Yeah.
anyway, the point is there are real people, there are real human, but this user behavior has been shifted
Yeah.
very differently, very weirdly. And that is one thing. Second thing is, if you want, like, let's say 1 million, and we're very realistic, I believe in that goal that you are chasing, you also need to expand in other geographies as well.
Yeah.
Like in Denver or Colorado, it is, I think it's nearly impossible you get the exact 1 million people from there.
Oh yeah.
So
There's just
developers
not enough
are every,
engineers.
yes, and nowadays this new trend is there. They're calling themselves digital nomad. They
Mm.
travel and they build their own product and they live like that. That is a very exciting life. Live like an explorer. But not everyone can do that. Not everybody is in that kind of situation.
Mhm.
So the objective is very good, and these kind of activities you also need to do, I also need to do from my end. And yes, so whenever you feel like you need to discuss anything, I'm here. I love these kind of things. And when people are building stuff, and you should invite more developers to come and join meetings like this.
Mhm.
They will also share their journey, and this is how the, the real bonding, the real connection will happen.
Yeah,
And
that's
then the
true.
product will definitely, evolve.
Yeah, that's one thing I was trying to do with like the hobby plan, paid plans basically, was essentially trying to get just a bunch of people together and do like weekly check-ins. So kind of like sprints essentially. And honestly, I haven't had too much interest in that. I think a lot of solo developers that I'm trying to get together are have never been on like an official software team. So they're like, oh, what's a sprint? Like, why do I need this?
Right.
I work when I want to work and I work, then I chill when I want to chill.
Yes.
I'm still trying to kind of pivot that, but that's a great idea that you bring up. I think instead of doing, well, we can still do weekly check-ins, but instead of doing like weekly check-ins as a pro item, we just do it as like a, free group item, and then we can get a bunch of people together as you're mentioning. I think that's great feedback. I really appreciate that. So what are you going to do on your side of things for Startup Maya? How do you plan on getting more members?
Yes, so I am seriously thinking about, doing weekend meetups.
Nice.
Uh, I am planning to, invite people for dinner if
Mm,
I need to. And yes, but you see, the things are very different here. As I said, like that kind of energy which
mhm,
is there in Silicon Valley or Bangalore, people, you throw a stone, it will definitely hit a founder
mhm.
or a developer.
Yeah.
So in other cities there are very large set of groups, but they are scattered. I mean, I in my real life I hardly know anyone who is a developer. So
Yeah,
it is
same.
like that.
Same.
Yeah. So this is something I did not expect. And the things that we do, the things that we are excited about, in real life, I have no one to talk about. Whatever I do just online. So I encourage people, I try to engage with them.
Mhm,
But again, as developers are very introverts, they don't feel like. So it's okay, fine. I mean, not everyone is going to come out and meet with you, which is fine. But there are people who are ready to discover new developer friends or whatever you can say,
mhm.
and just share what they are doing, and they just also share a cup of tea, and that's it. But things are different when you are at a very early stage. I mean, teenage level and something like that. You have bunch of friends from different groups. So I remember my first startup. It was I, start up with my swimming buddy. So we have real world connections. And then after a friendship of, like 5 or 8 years, then we thought, okay, so let's go ahead and do something and build something our own and all that stuff. So now that I know that person in real life and that person knows me in real life, so the equation is very different. And it was also possible that people come and meet online and they build very good things online, profitable businesses online. But as time moves on, the probability is going down. If I'm not wrong, if I talk about Uber, so the first tweet that the first founder, he tweeted on X that he needs a killer marketing guy or something like that. And
Mhm.
then somebody reply in that tweet and they formed a very good bonding or partnership, and then Uber takes off. So that kind of thing happens very rarely nowadays.
Mhm.
This is what is my understanding.
I
Or
agree. Yeah, especially in, as you had mentioned, the region. It's a huge hurdle. I think I've only met two, maybe three builders, and this is online, two or three builders from my area in the Denver area. But I know there's more. So, like you said, you just got to attend those local meetups and figure it out that way. Leave the office. Oh, which I hate to
yes.
do.
Yes, yes, fine. I mean, because this was, see, so we all know one thing, whether we meet or do not meet, if you are building something on your own, if I'm building something on my own, one thing is very clear that we are very clear or excited about the journey of building. The
Yeah.
end result is not sure. I do not know what is going to happen after a couple of years, but one thing is sure that we share the common energy. Okay, so let's build something, keep building. That is a thing. And yes, if we don't find the people in real life, things may or may not be very good. Also, when I'm thinking about the ultimate evolution of AI, what is, waiting in future for us?
Yeah.
Post AGI, let's say, how the world is going to be happening, man. I mean, why humans do business? Why you do business? Why I do? Why I build product? Why you build product? Why we do business? One thing that came into my mind is when we have that superpower of AI, like super intelligence is achieved. So in that scenario, I guess humans will not do that much of business. Building businesses will not be done by so many people, because then we will be building self-reliant and happy life
Mhm.
using AI, because the end result is this, right? So after building a successful business, what is the thing, like, you, okay, so someone would say, okay, I want to build more stuff or build more businesses, fine. But after that, what is next? The next is we all want to live happily, peacefully.
Mhm.
So to achieve that, we enjoy this building thing, we love technology, fine. So now AGI or the super intelligence, once it is done completely, there is nothing else to do. So that would be like machine to machine economy. You will have your machine to do your thing. I will have my machine to do my stuff. My machine will have access to a bank account which I have linked with my agent. So everything will be done. So what humans will do? Humans will just breathe oxygen, drink water, eat food, grow their own food,
Yeah.
generate their
Yeah.
own
Just
electricity.
live.
Yeah, just live. Look at the stars. That's all.
Right on.
That's all we want to do. We want to draw. We want to paint. We want to sing, play the guitar. So that is finally is waiting. I mean, the positive side. I mean, not in the negative side. I don't know what will happen, but this is. But yeah, this will take time. This is not going to happen like within couple of years. As long as we are enjoying this process of building, the you enjoy the process of building your product, reaching out people, and fixing bugs, troubleshooting. As long as you are enjoying, you will continue to do it, no
Yeah.
matter what comes next. But yes, so ultimate goal is to live happily and live peacefully. And also this journey, the new people who are coming in, if they need direction, you are there for them.
Mhm.
You are giving them a platform, trying to understand what they are struggling with. And but the most importantly, so there are communities, like let's say there is this platform I used in the very beginning, which is Front End Mentor.
Yeah, great website.
Yes, so for self learning journey, Front End Mentor helped me a lot in the very before AI era.
Yeah.
Around the I used to code with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I used to enjoy the entire process. Okay, so you need to download the kit, understand the design manually, train your eyes, go to VS Code, and understand how HTML elements are working. So that journey, that manual journey, taught me a lot.
Yeah,
Now,
there's a lot of problem solving involved, and yeah, it just keeps your brain active, which is really nice.
yes. And this so the initial thing I used to do, I used to only design the desktop view.
Hmm.
I did not understand how the media query works,
Hmm.
how to make it mobile responsive and all that. So then I shifted gradually to mobile first approach, understand CSS very deeply, and then I gradually started with Next.js, React, and Tailwind CSS. So that is something that I enjoyed too much.
Hmm.
Okay, so now people who are at that stage right now, today, the person who is starting, for a person who it is day one, so he is going to chat GPT, fine. So that gap has been filled.
Hmm.
Now, no one back at that time, I remember, if I had any doubt, I had very few options. Like either I will Google it out or go to that website. I am forgetting the name.
Oh, like
So
W3 schools or free
W3
programs?
schools, yes, W3 schools, and the another site, which is where you can post your problem or the issue, and they will reply the solution.
Oh, Stack
Stack, some
Overflow.
stack, Stack Overflow, right, Stack Overflow. So Stack Overflow, oh my God, that is a different experience again. So if I have accidentally posted any issue which is already been solved previously,
Mhm.
then the post is like get the negative marks, and which is fine. I mean, that is another learning lesson, that I have to read documentation, and the skill that the static manual documentation reading skill is also very important for developers.
Mhm.
So all those manual effort that we did, enjoyed, and we like it or not like it, did not understand, but those things shaped us in today's version. That okay, so if even see, AI can make mistakes, no matter whichever agent I'm using. In the end, AI can make mistakes, and it did make mistakes. And so just because I had this previous experience of manual troubleshooting, I was able to figure it out. Okay, so this is what it is not doing. Simple thing. Let's say I was using a React icon, and to I need to resize that icon. It did everything fine, but the icon was not correctly resized. So I manually checked in, and found that it was using wrong attributes and parameters, like H and W. which is not the case. For that React icon, I need to use size parameters. So AI can make mistakes, but if those people who are directly using AI and not doing like the true vibe coders, as I say, their journey is different.
Mhm.
So there are tech vibe coders and there are non-tech vibe coders.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good point. I actually met a couple of vibe coders who, don't have any software background whatsoever. Shout out to Megs if she's listening. She recently put together her own app. It's basically a management app. I think it's like I don't want to say basically because it's an app that has a ton of features, but it's basically a life management app. I guess is how she pivoted it. So you can like manage health, finances, and several other things that she added in. But yeah, she's a vibe coder, just did it on Lovable and then launched her own app, mobile app on the Apple App Store. And I need to check in with her and see how it's doing from a marketing perspective. But it's cool. She was able to launch her own mobile app. I still haven't even launched a mobile app. So now I'm asking her questions about like, oh, okay, how do you get past this in the App Store? And like, how do you get approval for this? So I agree. It's definitely it's not impossible for folks that are non-technical to be able to launch stuff now, which is nice. And oftentimes I find that when you ask someone who's less technical, they don't give you the senior developer answer. Well, could be this or it could be that, and maybe here's where you need to look, maybe there's where you need to look. If it's a vibe coder, they're just like, oh yeah, this is how I did it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. It's not like a problem-solving issue then. It's just an instruction issue. So I find that pretty beneficial. And I agree with you that it's really important to network with folks of all sorts of, different types so that you can get that well-rounded experience. Okay, cool.
True, true.
So we've talked a lot about the future. We've talked a lot about just communities and bringing people together. But what would you say is next steps for you for Startup Maya?
Yes, so as I said, like right now, the user is set is in still in two digits below 100. So as this is not a B2C product, if I may say so, it is a B2B SaaS.
Mhm.
So in B2B SaaS, the number of users are very low in the initial phase, but I'm still expecting at least somewhere around 150 or 200 users when they sign up. So I will reach out to each and everyone personally and understand what they are liking about the product, what they're not liking about the product. So basically taking their entire feedback and shipping accordingly. So in future, in my mind, in what I have experienced, I will be solving problems of starting up, because we all know starting up anything is very chaotic and very stressful. We all know that. So let me give you a quick sneak peek
Sure.
what I'm planning for future on Startup Maya. So I already told you that right now you get an instant startup kit on the dashboard. So you select the problem, that is one thing, and rest of the thing will be done from the dashboard. Heavy lifting will be done internally, but you are always at the control. So if you do not like an output, you can refine the output, you can edit this logo, you can change the brand color, you can change the name if you want. So you have the full control, but the heavy lifting has been done by the dashboard internally. So in future, I'm planning there will be an option to create other assets, as in you will be able to create pitch decks, elevator pitch. You will be able
Oh, I'm
to
sorry. I had disabled the screen sharing. If you'd like to, feel free to share your screen and kind of show me or the viewers, what you're working on, and then we can get a
Sure. Let me okay, so
Zoom is a pain in the butt.
let me screen. Sure, let me first share the screen,
Hmm.
and thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, of
Yeah, it
course.
would be better. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sharing the entire screen. I hope you can see the entire screen.
Yeah, just showed up.
Okay. So I have nothing to hide. You can check. So see, let me show you. Oh my God, I have 100 users
Awesome.
as we speak.
Congratulations, man.
Oh,
Hell
wonderful.
yeah.
So 100 users. So we are now officially have triple figures. This is something very big. This is something that happened first time in my life.
Awesome.
My application got 100 users.
Well, I'm
Wonderful.
excited to share this milestone with you on camera too.
Sure, no problem. Let me check if I have this. Okay. Okay, now let me. Okay, let me open Startup Maya. I generally use Google Meet. I rarely use Zoom, so the navigation is new to me. But
All good.
let me.
Take your time.
Okay. Come back. Yes, so when you publish this, you would edit things that are not necessary to be shared. I hope that is fine, right?
Yeah, usually I don't edit, but I'll go ahead and make
Yeah,
sure
I
you
have no issue. You can share, no problem. Okay, so this is the dashboard how it looks. I hope you can see the screen. Okay, so this account is already like set up. So first thing we need to do when it is for the first time user, this API key, free API key, we need to include in the dashboard. All the step by step instruction is written here.
Mhm.
In my case, it is already set up, so I don't need to do it again. But
Okay.
yes, let me show how things work here. So let's say this is one. So we have active projects. This is one active project we have here. Let me check just one thing. If I go to dashboard, let me remove the project. Okay, so this is how a blank dashboard for the first time it looks. All right. So here you have the founder has two options. Either he or she can pick up a problem which is already there in the problem discovery page. These are the problems already shortlisted. Now, let's say if you want to go or solve any of these problem that is relatable to you, you can select that one. So I'm selecting, for example, this problem which I want to solve, which is inconsistent sales decks. So let me go to the dashboard. Here, the description of the problem is already written, and the root cause of the problem is already written. And
Mhm.
these problems are almost, I mean, these problems are analyzed using more than 20 parameters.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And in future, I will add a feature that anyone can download the problem, the detailed view. This
Mhm.
is just a snapshot of the problem, but the detailed view on all the parameters will be easily downloadable from here, and they can take the problem with themselves and solve it the way they want. So there is no lock-in. That
Mm.
is one thing. So this is how the journey looks step by step. So once you have a problem, you can go step by step or follow this journey like solution, brand identity, validation, and business plan. Now, if someone does not want to pick up any problem from the problem discovery page, they can go to the action center and they can add in their own problem that they have researched themselves and plug in the problem they want to solve. They want to solve and build a product or a solution out of that. So that option is also available here. So in our case, as we already mm, selected this problem, I will go to the overview page. Okay, so this is the starting point. So problem first approach. Now we have a problem. Now, next we need a solution. So we will go to the solution, and here you can see it gives us an option to generate solutions. Okay, so now three different type of solutions are generated. You can read through all the different type of solutions and choose whichever you like. If you do not like any of these, you can regenerate solutions again. So it will be giving you different variations in step by step manner. Now let's say I want to build a SaaS. So this is a SaaS solution for the problem which is inconsistent sales tax. So I will select this strategy. So now the problem is locked and the solution is locked. If you want, we can change the strategy down here, or we are ready for the next stage, which is brand identity. Now here we have all these options. We can generate a venture name as per the problem and solution, brand colors, logo, and favicon. These are
Mm.
the very basic set of assets. So if I hit generate names, hopefully it will, yes. So it gives you a couple of options with, some tagline, logo, and some statements. So you can claim any of these, whichever name is suitable for you.
Mhm.
Let's say I like this one, Narrativa. So I will claim this name. So once the venture name is selected, locked. So now we have the problem, solution, and the venture name ready. Next, we go to brand colors. So it would generate a brand color. I understand this is not a very fancy thing right now. It's a very crude prototype. So it generates the brand color depending, considering the brand name, the problem, the solution, every old or the previous details.
Mm.
So these brand colors are not random. These are considering all the context
Okay.
in the background. Also, if you still do not like, you have the option to regenerate colors here. Okay, so for now, I will continue with this. Next, we have the option to generate logos, and you hit this, it will generate set of logos. Again, these are basic and very crude way of doing it, but I hope you are getting the idea how things are working. Now, there are many things we need to change, so we will do that. But let's say, for example, I select this one, this logo is okay with me, so I finalize this logo. So now I have problem, solution, venture name, brand colors, logo, and also I have favicon ready. So under brand identity, all these basic sets are ready. Now let's go to validation. Now in validation, there are a few things that I'm still working on it. So the validation part, somehow is not working right now. I will fix it very soon. So in the validation part, what happens? I will give you an idea that it would generate a copy of your landing page. I hope you can see a landing page blueprint section is there. So here, considering all the previous context, using the logo and everything, a basic blueprint of the landing page will be generated here with
Mhm.
the H1 tag, the paragraph, the hero section, the CTA, and everything. And also, we have another section which is community pulse. So here, the appropriate initial posts, that ready posts that we can use on socials, on X or other platforms, we
Mhm.
can publish, okay, so this is what I'm building, or this is my new SaaS that I'm working on. So all those posts will be ready under this section.
Awesome.
And yes, it is not working right now, but it will be fixed. So these all assets will be ready using a click. Now let's, if we go to next thing, which is the business plan, and you hit the generate business plan, it will also hopefully generate the business plan. Yes. So the business plan is also generated. You can download in text form, entirely free, no lock-in here, nothing. Logo, again, I'm working on it, so all these links will be done. Like the name is there, the motto is there, mission, vision, goal, all the necessary element of a business plan. And this is very carefully thought. Like,
Hmm.
there are very different way to write a business plan, but
Mhm.
I personally use these elements whenever I start with a project. So all these things are here, these are not generic. And I will also fine tune these things in future. So all plans are there, like pivot plan is there. You have an exit plan in your business plan, which will
Nice.
give you a very clear roadmap. Because as I always say, like it or not, 99% businesses in the long run are not going to make it. This is
Mhm.
hard fact, hard truth. So we so a startup Maya is not going to do any kind of magic. It is going to reduce the risks
Hmm.
for founders, and there would be no negative surprises. Even before you start spending the first dollar from your pocket, how much risk is involved, how much time you need to spend on this, and what are the initial matrices that you need to follow. As simple
Mhm.
as that. So it's like, since the beginning of the time, a founder is very clear, okay, so on this project I need to do this, and this is the maximum loss that is going to happen. So this is the kind of thing that I want to build. So now that you asked what is my future plan and what more features that I'm going to add on here are this, like, so once this is phase 0, like level 0, in the next phase, when I have enough users, as I told you, people will be able to register the domain from the same dashboard. They don't need to go to any other platform. So definitely I
Awesome.
will be using some kind of API services that are already available. So domain registration will be happen from here. This email registration, like the professional business email setup, will be happening from here, from the same dashboard. Company registration, compliances, accounting application, everything is going to be happening from here. This is a very, very big and huge thing even for me.
Mhm.
But yes, that is the idea, that is the future plan. So if I want to make it like the chaos, someone told me on Twitter that chaos is the only constant in startup world. Very true, and I have nothing to disagree with it. But my view is this, my vision is this: there will be chaos. All I want to do is I want to reduce the amount of chaos. In the traditional way, the chaos was like 80% or 90% all the time. I want to reduce it down into around 50% or 40%, whatever, however, technically or humanly possible.
Yeah, out of
So,
curiosity, what does your initial landing page look like? Are you using those words like reduce, or excuse me, phrases like reduce risk? Um,
landing page, yes, let me show you. Okay, I hope you can see it.
mhm. Yeah, stop falling in love with ideas, starting with problems worth solving. Or excuse me,
Solving.
start with problems worth solving. Yeah, honestly, what I
Yes,
think.
so the same thing, yes, sorry to interrupt. The same thing that you just mentioned, that what exactly, how, so I'm comparing it, the old way, you can see, like the traditional way of doing businesses, the traditional way of doing startup is this, like we all fall in love with the idea first, then either impulsive execution or analysis paralysis, overthinking, build solutions in search of problems, startup out of FOMO, and this hurts the most, relationships are ruined, man. I mean, when things go south, not everyone have that kind of emotional stability or something like that, because there are lot of newses all over the world, after the first failure, which I personally can verify from my end,
Mhm.
that happened in my life. After the first failure, most founders disappear silently, because startup is not for everybody, and that is the reason majority of the population or the entire generation, stick to the job, no matter what, stick to your 9 to 5. Okay, so even if you are kicked out of a job, or you quit a job yourself, you go ahead and join another job, but same kind of job. So the same thing is, same rat race is happening everywhere in the world. So startup is not for everyone, that is for true.
Mhm.
And these are the reasons. If the old way of doing businesses, glorifying the grind, glorifying the hustle and the struggle and the stress, the mental health is very bad. People who are doing high stake businesses, they only know. So startup Maya is not trying to deny any of that. Startup Maya is not trying to guarantee success. Startup Maya is not a magician. All Startup Maya is trying to do is to reduce the risks, reduce the chaos, and make failure absorbable. So that if I fail for the first time, I will, I should bounce back after a couple of days or a week or a month, whatever it is, but I will come back and try again. Failure should not be fatal. In the traditional way, failure is fatal. If you fail for the first time, my God, the entire world is after you.
Yeah, I
And
I
this is
couldn't
this
agree
is
more.
fact. In my life, I lived that kind of situation for a long period of time. So not everyone, or not every society, or every situation is like that. Okay, no matter how many times you fail, you get up and try again, get up and try again. So that is, if someone is in that kind of situation, he is the luckiest person, I would say.
Mhm. Very true.
But
but we're all
Mostly.
indoctrinated for sure of get the right answer and get it right the first time. And then you are going to have a test. It's like, no, 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 no. We're going to go take the test, fail at it, figure out the answers. Let's do that.
So
Anyway,
this is, yes, the idea. I hope I could able to tell you or explain things, how things are happening here.
yeah,
And
absolutely. A couple suggestions, maybe put those phrases that you had mentioned, reduce risk, things
okay, let
like
me, yes,
sure.
reduce risk is something that I need to put on the landing page. And what else? You can tell me.
Yeah, sure. So aside from reduce risk, what was the other thing that you had mentioned? Shoot, we'll just start there. I'll go back and review the video and give you
No
notes on that.
problem. Yes, you can ping me. You can give me, share me with the DM
Okay.
if you remember those phrases. Because you see, from my point of view, whatever I'm saying, it is there on the landing page. As per my understanding, it is there in my head. But you are coming with a fresh eye, fresh ears. So definitely, whichever clicks for you, I definitely want to know those parts, and I will definitely go ahead and add them on the
Awesome.
landing page.
I think it's cool that you do user interviews as well. I think that's something that so many founders miss, is just talking to users and getting their feedback. I still struggle with that myself because I don't want to get on camera, but as we
Yes, yes.
mentioned, it is essential.
This is something we need to, go through, and that is how we would be different from others.
Mhm.
Let's say, there are Twitter profiles. If you check, you can know that there are 12 years old kid, 16 years old kid. They are claiming, I don't know, I did not cross check or verify. So they are building businesses worth $1 million.
Mhm.
So uh, I'm happy for them because they came into the world when everything was ready, comparatively, as in YouTube was ready, man. Whatever you want to learn, go ahead, and YouTube is there to teach you. Now AI is there to teach you
I'm
everything.
envious, man.
So
Now is the
yes,
best time to build at all, in
best
the
time.
entire history of the world.
Yes.
So,
So go in front of camera and please make more videos no matter what. And this, I'm very happy for you that because this is how we are going to be different, or are going to be relevant, if I
yeah.
might say so. So that is one thing. And yes, if you have more things to share, you can tell me. And if you have more questions, I will answer.
Okay, cool. No, honestly, nothing at this point. But tell you what, how about in like a week, maybe 10 days, we circle back and I'll go ahead and use your products and we'll do like like an official user interview and I can give you like more in-depth user feedback. Would that work for you?
Yes, that would be very, very good, Ben. I mean, nowadays people don't want to do this kind of stuff.
Mm.
So when I started, and you can also remember like those beta users and user interviews. Nowadays, users are not, for some reason, I don't know why they are, but yes, definitely, if
It's a
you
lack of
do that, that would,
curiosity, I think, unfortunately.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do a deep dive and I'll get you some
Yes,
decent
take your
feedback.
notes and everything, whatever needs to be done. You just do that, and you can give it to me, share it with me, and that would be another, content. Or if you want to publish it or don't want to publish it, that's fine.
Mhm.
This is something we can do, and I'm here to help you. If you need any help, just go ahead and hit me in the DM, and everything which is possible, everything that is there in my power, I will definitely do it.
Awesome. Oh, if you check out builders.to/, feedback, you can actually get
Okay.
feedback from other users on the platform.
All right. So I'll check it out, and I sign up with the platform, and I need to finish the project submission.
Mhm.
I saved it in the drafts. So I will also do that and I will check the feedback as well.
All right, awesome. I was running into a couple of different bugs with the project submission process, so please let me know if you run into any issues, and I'll go ahead and address those as quickly as possible.
Sure, sure. I will do that.
All right, awesome. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss before we end the call?
I think today we have a wonderful discussion, and I'm glad that I showed you the platform, how it works, and shared the future plan. Yes, today I'm very happy, and in near future, I hope we will keep in touch and talk to each other and share things, learnings, and etc. And if we
Yeah.
feel like, we can just hop on a call whenever you feel like, or I can ping you. Okay, if you are free, if we both are free, we can just have a quick chat.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, I'm thinking of putting together a weekly call based on your feedback. So, yeah, I'll fill you in on that after I get back to home. But
Okay.
yeah, I think we if we put together a decent group of even 3 to 5 people on just like a weekly
Yeah,
basis, I think that would do
if
really well for us.
3 to 5 people is the best number, I would
Awesome.
say. If it goes beyond that, yeah, that is also fine. But 3 to 5 people, a group chat is going to be very, very productive
Have you joined
comparatively.
the builder Slack yet?
Builder Slack, no, not yet.
Oh, okay,
You
cool.
just, yes, as I said, like I was with other things, busy with other things. So that day on X, the space that you were hosting. So after that, I just sign up and I will have to explore the platform from my end as well. I will take down all the notes and I will share it with you.
Okay, perfect. So tell you what, I'll go ahead and set a meeting for us for a week out, and same time work for you, or does a different time?
So just let me check. Monday is 4th of coming month. Okay. So Monday same time. Okay, no problem. We will catch up Monday same time.
Awesome.
You can, if you want, you can send me the link, or how it will happen.
Yeah,
Do I
I'll
need
just
to?
go ahead and reschedule the meeting, I think, and then we can just use like all the same details and stuff.
Sure, sure. No problem.
Awesome. Well, hey, pleasure chatting with you today, man. It's a real
Yes.
pleasure, and I'm excited to stay in touch.
Yes, sure. And I think we need to talk about other things as well. Like, you cannot come here in India right now. I cannot go there.
Hmm.
So, more other stuff like what are your hobbies, what you want to do, just to be more transparent with each other, or
Yeah, yeah, build some
building
rapport. I'm
long
all for
term,
that.
relationship, professional long term relationship is very important if we want to do
Reach our
something.
goals. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks, man. It was
Yeah,
wonderful talking.
likewise. Hope you have a great day and or good night, I guess. It's probably pretty late for you there. But
It's yeah, almost 9 o'clock here.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Cool. Have a great night and yeah, we'll chat soon.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.